when you buy new clothing, do you really have to wash it? People are kind of split on this issue, but the answer, according to experts, is absolutely. They say that dust, dander, and chemicals from manufacturing, or maybe even just germs from people trying it on, that makes me cringe just to think about, can be present. I always wash my clothes before I wear them, just unless it's something I'm out of town and I need a quick outfit change. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends because there's certain like shirts I'll get that they're nice and crisp, right off the shelf, and you kind of want to preserve that before you wash it. But our son Jaden, he's kind of a germaphobe,
Mm-hmm.
and so he will
I am
not
too.
wear anything until it has been washed. I mean, so forget about it. Not going to happen. And basically, with him, if his clothes touch anything that he's not familiar with, then off
Mm-mm.
they come.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the wash, and bless his heart, he has probably twice as much laundry in a week than his two brothers combined.
Is that part of
So
his chores?
that's well, they all have laundry duty.
Oh, okay.
Each one is responsible for their own. So that's
Ah,
one of
that's
the chores the
smart.
boys have. Bring the clothes downstairs, separate them, get them in the washer, get them in the dryer. When they come out, fold them, put them away. We don't ask a whole lot of the boys, but we do ask them to take care of their laundry.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on, you take it off, you take care of it.
That's pretty good. There's rules at the
Yeah,
Taylor house. Don't be thinking there's not.
yeah, and
Everybody's got to pull
if
their weight.
mama not happy, nobody happy. I mean, it's just the way it
So
is. So
Kristen came up with the rule and you help enforce it. Understood.
exactly, and occasionally she takes the risk of going up to their rooms, and then it's typically not a good day for the
Not,
boys
no.
because
Nobody needs to
no,
smell all that and everything.
yeah,
Well, I know you guys having a family as big as you do, you've probably got a lot of subscriptions to a lot of different services. I myself, being single, probably
hmm,
have the same amount or maybe at least half because I enjoy a lot of the same stuff you guys do. But a lot of us are feeling a little oversubscribed and considering canceling some of those service plans. That's at least according to a survey from CNET. They found that the average American spends $90 a month on subscription services. But what's worse is we're wasting about $200 a year per person on average on unused or unnecessary ones. And Greg, I found one yesterday,
yeah.
and that's what made me write this story, is the Calm app. Have you heard of that? It's like for meditating and things like that.
I have heard of the calm.
Yeah, it works
Yeah,
really well. I've been forgetting to use it. So there's that
maybe
subscription.
Kristen and I
Yeah,
need to
I'm gonna
sign
gift
up for
her a
that one.
subscription. I will do that. Let me make a
Oh my
note.
goodness.
I
I
tell you,
don't know how much calm there will be in a house with three boys though,
not
and our
enough.
little dog.
You can't
And
meditate enough for that, my
oh,
friend.
and Belle, bless her heart, went. So last week, Kristen started at the beginning of the week getting ready for camp. So she had her big suitcase out, open on the floor, and she, kept adding things to it for camp. Things that to wear, and all the stuff to be ready, and everything. And Belle, she recognizes the suitcase, and normally she has to go stay at boarding. We
Hmm.
use Bethel Animal Hospital on Bethel Road. She's been staying there since she was a pup, but um, so she was not happy, thinking, okay, I'm going to get boarded again.
Mm,
But
or a bell.
now, with Kristen gone, she just stares at the door, just waiting to see if she's going to come in.
Like you're here, and that's fine. But where is Kristen?
She loves me, but it's funny. She gets most excited when I come home, but she will follow Kristen around all day long.
Mm,
And so, the first night that Kristen was gone, that morning, Belle's anxious to get off the bed. She sleeps at the foot of the bed. She's just a 3-pound teacup Yorkie, so hardly takes up any space. But she's at the foot of the bed, and she's anxious to get down. So I let her down, and she goes running into the mudroom, scratching at the door, hoping that Kristen is ready to come in, but to no
no.
avail.
Wah,
Not
wah,
yet.
wah, wah.
Yeah, but
But you know what? I do wish Kristen was here because I know that she keeps track of a lot of the subscription stuff you guys
she
utilize.
does. And what's interesting is we do a lot of it for either convenience,
Hmm.
um, but sometimes we have to start weighing convenience versus affordability.
How so?
Well, just because, when you think about what's convenient, think about how we save our money, like in a 401k
Okay. Mm-hmm.
or a 403b if you're a state employee, or maybe, TSP if you work for the government here in town. So, but those are the easy places to save because it can be taken right out of your paycheck, so it's convenient. But every one of those accounts I just listed, traditional 401k, 403b, traditional 403b, and the traditional TSP, they all are accounts that we would consider tax deferred.
Okay.
Kick the tax down the road till later. Let's take a tax deduction this year. In fact, most CPAs are famous for doing their little, they get their little calculator out and they're typing in and say, well, if you just add so much more to your 401k or so much more to your IRA this year, you will save on taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But are you really saving on taxes, or are you just delaying your taxes? Because there's a difference between saving and delaying.
Okay.
And so, yes, you don't pay the tax this year, but you're just delaying it. And guess what? The more that money you delay grows, the bigger your tax bill.
Well, it's kind of like the more subscriptions you let pile up and you don't pay attention to, the more cost you're spending. I mean, the more taxes you're going to pay.
Yes,
not
exactly.
paying attention.
Yes, and you know what? The Roth option is just as convenient. Now, what a lot of people try to count is, can I afford to pay the taxes up front? Some folks are stretched so thin that they're looking for every dime they can get in their pocket just to pay their bills. And if that's the case, okay, you might have to wait a little while and get yourself in a better financial situation. But if you can afford it, then let's use the convenient way that makes sense for you. Just like, we could totally eliminate DirecTV.
But Greg lives there.
But I like the convenience.
Exactly.
I like pulling it up and being able to, see all the shows I've recorded, and there's a few HGTV shows I record, and Kristen just makes fun of me because that's what she loves to do.
Yeah.
Hey. But when it comes to it, we really need to understand how much we're paying and, take an account of what we're paying in our subscription fees, and it's good to do that. But we also need to understand the potential tax burden that we might be facing by delaying. What might that cost me? Have you ever thought about that? Have you wondered about that? Are you wondering, what can I do? Okay, Greg, you're fussing about it. What can I do about it? Well, the first thing is understand what your potential tax burden might be. What might your tax to Uncle Sam look like if you just take required minimum distributions? That's Uncle Sam's plan for you.
Mm-hmm.
Take the required amount. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Take the required amount and then see how much you owe Uncle Sam doing it that way. Number 2, understand your options.
Okay.
This is the key here. You have options. Yeah, you don't have to just do Uncle Sam's plan. You can do a different plan. And one option is just keep doing the same thing. Stay on Uncle Sam's plan. That's one option. Number 2, convert some or all of it to a Roth.
Okay.
Now, it depends on the situation whether you should convert some, whether you should convert all, or whether or not you shouldn't convert any.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a lot that goes into it. It's not the same for everybody. And then create an alternative plan. In other words, an alternative to Roth conversions or just following Uncle Sam's plan would be to take out more than is required but not convert. So, in fact, I met with a family here in the office recently, and they came in because they were concerned about taxes. They were also concerned about outliving their money. They wanted an income plan. They were concerned because they felt like that, even with all the recent uptick in the market, they still weren't made whole yet for the year. So their portfolio wasn't really performing to their expectation. So they really had 3 major concerns. Can I improve my portfolio? Can I have a strategy for income that makes sense to me? And can I have a option besides converting money to a Roth? And I said, Sure. So we went through it. I did a Roth conversion report, a Roth report for them, and we looked through it. And for them, they had a very sizable IRA 401k combination. And so if they just followed Uncle Sam's plan during their lifetime, they were going to pay roughly $474,000 in taxes on required distributions.
Okay.
If we did a plan to just take a level amount of income out over their lifetime as part of their income plan, it was going to reduce the tax burden to just over $250,000 during their lifetime.
Big difference over a lifetime.
Yes, I mean about $220,000 of tax savings over their lifetime. Amazing. And then the last one was if they converted it all to a Roth, it would be about $125,000 in tax.
Okay. Big difference.
So that would cut it in half again. But they're like, we want income though, and we're worried because each conversion has a 5-year wait period, and they didn't want, they didn't like that. They didn't necessarily expect to live into their 90s or something where they felt like they could recoup all the taxes if they did it early. And
okay.
So for them, they liked the level income piece. Now they could have chosen either, and this is where you have to be careful with the advisors that you work with, because here it's our job to explain what options you have. It's not our job to choose the option for you.
No, because you're not running my life. That's not
exactly. And they're like, well, what would you do? I said, well, what I would do is I would probably convert, because I've already done that. I've converted all my traditional to a Roth. But I said, what do you feel comfortable with? And they said, we actually feel more comfortable. And said, we might change our mind and convert some later, but we feel more comfortable with the level income plan, because that level income plan gave them enough income to maximize their lifestyle. So it all fits together like a puzzle. An efficient investment plan, an efficient income plan, and by the way, that reduced their taxes by over $200,000 during their lifetime by just getting that level income piece there. So all in all, they felt really comfortable and confident with the plan that we came up with, just because it checked all the boxes. It checked the box for, okay, can we get more predictable, more efficient investments? Yes. Can we have a consistent income that's protected throughout our lifetime? Yes. Can we reduce our tax burden? Yes, we did all three, but they decided not at this time to convert to a Roth. So, number 3, find the solution that best fits your situation, and that's what they did. You find the solution that's a fit for you. And isn't that the key? Finding something that fits for you, and then finally, get started. The best way to start, pick up the phone and call us and say, hey, I'd like to get my personalized Roth report.